All right, this is probably going to be the last one for the day, but here we have Paden. Now, Paden actually started out throwing 38 feet 3 inches. His best throw this year is over 52, and this throw here was, I believe he said, just over 50. But Paden does a lot of things in the glide shot really, really well. So yesterday and the day before, we had a couple of glide shot video analysis sessions that I put up here on the YouTube channel. And basically, one of the big things with both of those glide video, I think might have even been three glide videos, was that the thrower was not getting that right hip, knee, and foot. That whole right leg needs to pivot and drive down the middle of that throwing sector, point down the middle of that throwing sector. And that accelerates the hips. Does a lot of stuff. It's really like the catalyst for a big, big throw. And a lot of times when you don't turn that foot, you end up shifting your weight and kind of cartwheeling almost and trying to throw the thing, and it just doesn't work out well. So Paden does that really well. So I wanted to use his video today as an example. But you'll see here a lot of good things that Paden does. Again, he's throwing over 50 feet, so you know this throw is going to look pretty good. But I want you to watch. This is a great example. Watch what happens. So, right foot lands, left foot lands. Now, he does shift weight a little bit. You can see how his weight moves from right to left. But watch him turn the right foot. So you can see how he's trying to turn the foot, the knee, or the toes, the knee, and the hip down the middle. So see that how he drives the hip down the middle? If you watch like his belly button, so to speak, right now his belly button is kind of pointing out the back of the circle. Here his belly button is kind of pointing kind of out, not out the back, but still kind of pointing backwards. And then he starts to turn his hips and thinks about push the belly button down the middle of the sector. Boom. And we've got, I'll show you the whole video. Doot, 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 doot. There's the ball. Boop, bloop, 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 bloop. Bam. Hits right there. So it's a really good throw, but even a 52 plus foot shot putter has some stuff to work on. So let's talk about what we're going to work on here. Little things. See, a lot of the big things here look really, really good. He does a good job pushing off the heel in the back. Does a good job getting low in the beginning. He does a good job of getting that arm nice and long. But let's take a look at some of the small stuff that even somebody like Paden can work on to add a couple feet to their throw. So you can see right here, he starts that glide. He's got that leg nice and long, so he's reaching with that left leg pretty well. He does a good job pushing off that left heel, but notice that left arm. He's still kind of using that left arm, bending that left arm a little bit to get him across the circle, and then he leaves it bent as he's in zero support. So as he's going across the circle, leaves that arm bent. Okay, the right foot lands in a really, really good spot. I'd like to see it, another inch or two inside, but hey, this is a really good spot. I'm not going to like split hairs over anything like that. His weight is back behind the right foot. The weight is back behind the right knee. You can see the hip, the knee, and the toe are all pointing in the same direction, but he drops his heel. So by dropping the heel, now he can't turn his right side. He can't pivot on a flat foot. So this is why he shifts his weight, and watch how long it takes him to pick up the foot and turn. Now imagine if he did not drop the heel. He'd be able to just turn the foot, turn the knee from this position instead of that position. So that's going to keep more weight back if we land up on the ball of the right foot and don't drop the heel. Finally, that bent left arm, because he bends it coming out of the back. Now his left arm here is short. See how short his hand is really close to his face and his shoulder? See how short that is? That's a short lever. I want a long lever. I want a nice long left arm. So straighten that left arm out and then swing that left arm. Open that left armpit. swing that left arm. You look like you're throwing a football, like a Hail Mary here, or you look like you're a baseball pitcher. You get that arm up and bent. Get that arm nice and long. That hand should be out here, almost like you're calling your shot, like you're pointing to where you're going to throw the shot put. Get that left arm out, swing that left arm open, keep that left arm nice and long, and then pull it in at the very end. So instead of being this really short move, pulling it in, let's get a really long arm, long lever, and then pull it in. And finally, when you finish your throw, don't throw it like a football. See how you turned your wrist at the end? And now I can see the back of your hand. I should be looking at the palm of your hand. So flick that ball out to the right. Don't flick down or flick it almost like you're throwing a football where you're coming across and curving your hand over like you're doing right here. Don't curve that hand over. Out and flick. You're right-handed, so your fingers should be pointing at the cameraman right now. Okay, don't let your fingers point over here at the scoreboard. Flick those fingers out to the right instead of pointing them to the left. That's causing you to not get a good enough push on that ball. You've got a little bit more of a flick at the end of that throw. Don't turn the wrist. Flick the fingers out. The elbow's already pointing out here. The wrist is already pointing out toward the camera. The elbow's at the camera. Just extend and flick. Don't drop that elbow and twist that elbow like you're throwing a football. All right? So that's what I want you to work on. Again, this is a 50-foot throw, but we still have a little bit more room. Still got a little bit more distance left in you here just for making some small corrections. Long left arm. Land on the toe. Open the long left arm. Not bent like this. Open the long left arm. Push and flick the fingers to the right instead of to the left. All right, so that's what I got for you. So good stuff. This is the last one of the day. Keep sending them in. I'll get to them as soon as possible. And as always, if you guys have any questions, just shoot me a message or leave a comment down below, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can.